How would we go about doing that?
Okay. Well, the first thing that I find with my students is, or the people I coach, is that they don't define what they want. This is the biggest issue that I have with people. So for instance, if somebody says, I want to be prosperous, well, what does that mean? Well, I don't know. Well, if you don't know, if you haven't declared what that is, if you haven't thought about it in detail, the law, and what I mean by the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, the universal laws, cannot bring it to you because it doesn't make judgments. It brings to you what you want, but if you don't know what you want, how is it possibly going to bring it to you? So I tell people to write down a very detailed description of exactly what it is that they want. Okay, they want this, let's say job. I want a great job. Well, what does a great job look like? Well, I don't know. So what, if you could have a great job, what do you think you might have it include? Well, I would want to earn X number of dollars. I would want to have it be maybe a half an hour away from where I live. It might be a job where I'm working with supportive and wonderful people, that I have a great relationship with people, that I'm involved in creative new things to do, that my talents are expressed in greater ways than ever before. So now we're being more specific. And so then you can create a picture of what it is that you want, which you couldn't do if you didn't get clear about what it is that you wanted. So you get clarity about, this is what it looks like. This is the end result. And again, I'm going to go back to the channel. You cannot say, it has to come from this channel. Who cares where it comes from? This is the end result. You don't think about the method, you think about the end result. This is what it looks like. This is how it is for me. This is how I know it's successful for me. And this is what I want. So you create a very detailed description of what the end result is. So that's the first step. Okay. Now, the second step is you have this written out, but then you have to start to embody it. And that's what I tell people to do: creative visualization or a creative meditation, where you start to visualize you being in that successful situation. So you're not going to think about where you are now. You're starting to train your brain. You're starting to develop the consciousness of being that person. And when I used to do this in my training courses for goal setting, I would say you see it out of your own eyes. You don't see yourself. You don't see you somewhere else so that you're looking at yourself. You see it out of your own eyes, and then you feel the feelings of the success. So say you have this product, you have a successful business. You feel how it feels to be successful. You feel how it feels to get people calling you up saying, thank you so much. I am so grateful that you created this product because it is making such a positive difference in my family's life. You see the money coming in. You hear your customers going, thank you so much. This is so wonderful. I'm so grateful. And then you see the checkbook and you see your bank accounts and you see the numbers that you want there, and you feel that feeling of gratitude and success. So basically you're becoming that person that you've written about, and you are going to attract it to you because you attract to you who you are. Mm-hmm. So you do that on a regular basis, and then you have a goal. I'm all about doing things in steps and setting goals. But then also what I think is very important is that every day you check in, because you may have your goals, you may think that you need to follow a specific path, but then you go within, you say, okay, what do I need to do today? And it may be something that you didn't plan, but always pay attention to it, because it may lead you in a direction that is going to get you where you need to be. For instance, maybe you were planning on working on your website and putting some articles or making some contacts through the internet. But you go within, and something within says, go for a walk at the park. And that may seem really crazy and it's counterproductive, but if you learn to trust that instinct, that wisdom, and you just say, okay, I maybe am not thinking this is a good idea, but I'm going to follow that. You might go to the park, you might strike up a conversation, and the person that you meet at the park is the one that's going to help you get to your outcome. So you create the detailed picture, you embody it by visualizing it and feeling it and becoming that in your mind. And then you set your goals and your plans, and then you listen within to see what it is that you need to do that particular day.
I call that keeping your eye out for the woo, the window of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Amazing. Okay, so then now we've got a very clear picture of where we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
We're embodying it, and we're listening for internal activity to tell us yay or nay, pretty much.
Yeah, divine wisdom. I listen a lot from my intuition, because I know that I've learned to develop a sense of trust to it. So I know that if it says do this, even though my conscious mind may be telling me that's crazy, you need to do it X, Y, and Z way, because that's what everybody else says that it is necessary, I'm going to listen to that divine wisdom because it has never let me down.
Yeah, because I mean, when we start getting into creative faculties like that, intuition is a phenomenal faculty. And how many times have we said, I know myself, say it a lot. I should have, you do something, and in the end, you're like, oh, I had this split second.
Yep.
No, don't do that. Do it like this. And I didn't listen to it, and look what happened. I should have listened to my gut feeling.
Right. And sometimes with that split second, that's I call it floats in to me. It just like kind of floats through my brain, and I've learned to pay attention to it. So it's not like it's telling you, no. Sometimes it does, but it could be something so split second, so quick. But when you've learned to recognize it, definitely pay attention to it.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, amazing.